Whew. What is up? What is up? What is up? I'll give y'all a little while to get on here. So we're going to talk because we're going to do another one-on-one. That's what I decided to call this series that I'm doing. I decided to call it one-on-one. So every couple of days, I'm going to come on here, y'all, and I'm going to talk about something serious, something from the heart. We're going to be open. We're going to be vulnerable. I have opted that in my new transformation and evolution and being Michael Jonvier, that I'm going to show you the more beautiful parts of myself, and I'm going to allow you to be vulnerable, and we're going to talk. We're going to have some good conversation, some fun conversation, but some conversation nonetheless. So listen, y'all, if you look up there in the corner, you will see some badges or whatnot. And if you want to support this series, all you got to do is like buy a badge. I think they made by $1, $2, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10. But you want to put a little money in your boy's pocket, is right there. What's going on, Leo? PS Polly, what's going on? At any time, y'all, let's talk about it. So today's topic that we are going to talk about is heartbreak and boundaries. So I'm gonna pin that. Hold on. What's going on, Prince? All right, so here we go. There we go. So if y'all got something you want to say or something you want to comment to talk about, let's do that. So let's get into it. So last week, I talked to you guys pretty much about, body positivity, self-confidence, and how you can sow doubt into somebody and it really like messes their life up. So today, somebody asked me to talk about heartbreak and someone else asked me to talk about boundaries. So each week I'm gonna ask y'all a subject that you might want to talk about and we're gonna go from there. So let's talk about heartbreak because that is something I think a lot of us know about. The only people who have never been heartbroken are people who are very lucky or very lonely. And that's just to be real. There's not a single person, thing, or being that has not been heartbroken. Hell, even God has been heartbroken. He talks about in the Bible how he had to send his kids out the garden because they, couldn't stop eating off the tree. That's a simple way of pulling it, but God has been heartbroken. I'm sure he's heartbroken every single day by some of the stuff that we do to be all good and all powerful and to see us acting all stupid in all kinds of ways. So this is how I've dealt with heartbreak because you guys, I'm not a relationship expert by no means. If you are looking for a relationship expert, slide all over to my boy Byron Jamal. That's at Byron Jamal. Or even if you want to talk to Imani Van Zap, the two of them are pretty dope. So here it is. This is how I feel like you should deal with heartbreak. There is no cure. You really have to give yourself some time to get over heartbreak. Period. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care who it's about. I don't care what the situation is. Time is the only way to get over heartbreak. You can't rush the process. Like some people say, the best way to get over somebody is to get up under somebody else. That's absolutely the wrong advice. You haven't healed from one situation, and you're going to jump into another situation and possibly damage somebody else because you haven't done the work to heal yourself in between these two relationships. It's okay to take your time and say, this is not what I want to do. This is not what I'm about. But you have to heal your heart. The cure to heartbreak is time. And so also let me get you to understand this too. You are allowed to feel however you need to feel, as long as you need to feel it, to get over it and get through it. If that takes a few days, great. If it takes a few years, also great. Don't let anybody rush you through the process of heartbreak. Let me get you to understand what the definition of heartbreak is. So, it says, heartbreak is a metaphor for the intense emotional stress or pain one feels at experiencing great and deep longing. The concept is cross-cultural, often cited with reference to a desired love or loss. But let's go ahead and deepen that a little bit. It's more than a desired love or loss. How about an interest? You might be greatly disappointed about losing something you're passionate about. Maybe your show got canceled. Maybe your job ended. Maybe you lost a child. Heartbreak. I know something about that because that's something I dealt with earlier this year. As many of you know, hey, what's going on, Tara Moore? Make sure y'all go to DK Tara Moore and check them out. We are building a nation in the United States for the black folks. But get back to what I was saying. A lot of you know that I dealt with heartbreak. I've dealt with it over the years. I've dealt with lost loves, lost opportunities, and in January I actually dealt with losing a child. So that was really, really heartbreaking for me, and I'm still dealing with that every single day. And the last thing is something I will never, ever get over, but it is something that I'm learning to live with every single day. Give yourself some time. Be gracious with yourself. Understand that everything that happened in the situation is not entirely your fault. It took two to tango, and it's more than one person involved in the situation, even if it doesn't involve another person. So many different factors. We really, 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 y'all, need to give ourselves some grace. I feel like we are so hard on ourselves. We expect ourselves to be superhuman in every single aspect. You know, you're supposed to get over love quickly. You're supposed to bounce back quickly. You're supposed to push through so hard. What about taking the time just to say, I'm not okay, I need a moment, and that's fine. But let me tell you what people do. They'll say something to you, they'll victim shame you. They will sit there and say some shit like, oh, you're letting it get to you, or you're giving your power away, or stop allowing. Nobody allows bad things to happen to them. Stop doing that to people. Stop victim shaming. Life happens at you. Life happens to you. Sometimes life happens because of you. But on the grand scale of how this universe works, this is you. This is you. And you have a limited amount of power. Nobody decides that, okay, I'm going to step into the street today and I'm going to get hit. And my life is falling apart because I'm crippled in the job that I had. I can't do it anymore, so I lost my money. I lost my car. You sit there and say some stuff like, well, you know, you letting it get to you. You got to do this, you got to do that. It's easy for you to say because that's not you and it's not happening to you. We got to be gracious with ourselves. We got to be gracious with other people. Y'all have got to stop telling people you allowing this. This is happening because of you. Nothing just happens. Okay? People just don't let stuff happen to them. It happens. So that's what I want y'all to do. Work on being merciful. But getting back to heartbreak. So I'm going to just tell y'all a little bit about heartbreak. So unfortunately, you know, when I was younger, I didn't care. When I say I didn't care, unfortunately, I was the type of person where if you had a boyfriend or a girlfriend, it didn't matter to me. I didn't owe you anything. I didn't owe you anything. That's what I felt like. Flash forward. Let's talk about how karma contributed to my heartbreak. So flash forward, you know, like I told y'all, when I was younger, you know, my early 20s, mid 20s, I didn't care. You had a boyfriend, girlfriend, that was your business. I was going to do what I wanted to do, have my fun, and go about my business. And so if you were somebody that you wanted to cheat with me, I didn't care. That's just what I wanted to do. I was selfish. I was selfish as hell. So flash forward, karma comes in. Years later, love life is shit. Love life is shit. Like the stuff that happens to me is stuff that like happens in soap operas and comic books and action movies, and it is crazy. And ultimately, you know, I wouldn't wish my love life on anyone, but the thing I've learned from my love life is you got to pay what you owe. Karma is a girl that sits at my table every single morning asking for eggs, and I really wish she would leave. But she's also taught me that you get what you give out. I gave shit, I got shit back. So what have I learned how to do? I've learned how to apologize. I've learned to value myself, and I've learned to give a fuck about other people. Yeah, I don't know the other person that you're with or whatnot, but at the end of the day, I do owe them something. I owe them the dignity as a human being of saying, this is somebody that you're in a relationship with. If they're willing to step out on you, I don't need to be the person that's a part of that. I inflicted heartbreak on myself. I caused that. That's me. That's me owning up to that. But what I want to say to y'all is really, 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 is to give ourselves some time. Give yourself some time to heal from heartbreak, own up to your parts and say heartbreak. And the last thing is realizing that, as hard as it is to believe, the heart grows and it knows it'll learn to love again. And you have to be open to that. You have to always be willing to give love another chance and always another chance. That's something that Maya Angelou, is a quote that she actually put out there and said, you guys are enjoying this conversation. There are some badges on here that you can actually, buy, drop $1 or $2 on, and it'll come directly to me. So I would greatly appreciate it. Just let me know. Because like I said, this series is going to be called One-on-One. Every couple of days, I'm going to be talking about something different, pouring my heart out, talking to y'all. And I'm deciding to dress down in all of these because I want to be vulnerable. I want to be myself. Like, this is how I'm dressed when I'm in the house. This is what I'm doing when I'm chilling. Tattoos out, tank top, necklace, hair up. That's just what I do. And thank you for your compliments, saying I look great. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm working hard on myself. But I was great before then. I'm going to be great after this. But let's move forward. Let's talk about something else. Besides heartbreak, let's talk about boundaries. And a boundary I want to talk about is boundaries that we have with our friends, right? Okay, so here's the situation. You have a friend gets a boyfriend. You become friends with friend's boyfriend because friend's boyfriend is always around and friend is okay with it while they're together. Friend and boyfriend break up. What do? You gotta drop friend's boyfriend. If you met friend's boyfriend through friend, y'all, it's a no. It's a wrap. It's a dub. It's a dub. Taylor, thank you so much. You bought a badge. I really appreciate it. It's a dub. It's a complete dub. You do not be friends with your friend's boyfriend after they broke up. Now, if y'all were friends before the two of them got together, that's a whole nother situation. That's a whole different situation. And it's wrong for that friend to think you're finna take a side. However, if you met your friend's boyfriend through your friend, when they break up, it's done. That's boundary crossing. Y'all have a bad habit of getting on here. Your friend posts their new boyfriend or their new girlfriend or whatnot. You want to go add them on Facebook. You want to go add them on Instagram. You want to go see how they is and what they about. You want to ask them about, the sex life, how this is, how it is. You scoping. You jealous. You inappropriate. That is not what the hell you do. Boundaries. If you don't respect your boundaries, if you don't respect other people's boundaries, nobody is ever going to respect you. And it's just like, it's no couth these days. Y'all will go behind y'all friends and date their boyfriends. Y'all will go date their exes. Y'all will be hollering like they sloppy seconds, somebody that they just messed with. The next day you got them over at your house or whatnot. Well, y'all went together, so it's no big deal. No, it is a big deal. That's your friend. Again, like I said in my last statement, in my last live, I said that your friends are the family that you get to choose. Your friends are the family that you get to choose. So are you willing to tell me that you would slide up on somebody that messes with your brother or your sister because you want them? It's a lot to me. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Let's talk about something else with boundaries that I feel like is really problematic. A lot of times people will say, I'm not interested in somebody, so I think that we can just be friends because I'm not romantically interested in you. Stop offering friendship as a consolation prize for a romantic relationship. It's wrong. It's completely wrong. And it's not what they're asking for. Offering friendship as a consolation for a romantic relationship not only diminishes the meaning of friendship, it's almost like me asking for an apple pie and you giving me like a watermelon. That ain't what I asked for, not even remotely. Stop offering friendship as a consolation prize for a romantic relationship. That's heartbreaking. That leads to heartbreak. Because the thing about it is, this person, if they have self-respect for themselves, they just walk away and say, okay, well, this didn't work out. I shot my shot and I missed and leave it alone. Because what it leads to is what I like to call vulturing. Somebody who circles around you, hoping that eventually you're going to change how you feel about them. That eventually you're going to see them the way they want you to see them and y'all are going to be together. So what happens is you allow that to happen. You keep feeding on the attention. You keep feeding on the energy. You like, it's okay. Well, I already told them. I told them up front how it is or whatnot. That don't stop their feelings. You cannot stop somebody from feeling something for you any more than they can stop themselves from feeling something for you. That ain't up to you. But if you see the person still continue to move in the same way, still continue to be consistent in a romantic effort to try to get at you, as the person is being pursued, you have the responsibility of cutting that off and saying, no, I don't need you to drive me nowhere. I don't need you to pick me up. I don't need you to buy me this. I don't need you to help me with this. I don't need you to do none of that. Keep it platonic. Keep it straight friends. Don't ever offer an avenue to where it can lead into something more because you're not ready for that. You don't want that. And you don't want them. You like the attention that they're giving you because it feels good. Let's be clear. Attention feels good. It pushes a button in our brain called dopamine. And dopamine is the trigger for happiness. It's considered for joy. So when somebody's paying you attention like that, you love it. You eating it up. But it does them a disservice because they're pouring all this into you thinking they're going to get an investment back when ultimately they're going to end up bankrupt because you're going to say the same thing. Well, I told you I just wanted to be friends. They want more than that, and you're not willing to give that. So cut that off. Cut that off completely. Don't allow that. I think Her has a song called If I Want. She's like, you can't make me love you if I want. You can't change me if I. You can't make me call you if I want. You won't change my mind. Like, Well, just listen to it. But anyway, y'all, I noticed that a lot of people do that. They will take somebody's attention, let this person hover and circle around them, and then they'll get into a relationship and the person will blow up and them get mad. Well, I told them how it was and all this and all that. That's on them. No, it's on you too. Just go ahead and cut it off. Stop offering friendship as a consolation for a romantic relationship, because ultimately, y'all, friendships, number one, tend to outlast romantic relationships. Number two, friendships require more than romantic relationships, I would say. A romantic relationship, it's sex, y'all spending your lives together and stuff like that. But the amount of time that a friendship outlasts most romantic relationships is, especially in today's time, is quite astonishing. You have the same friend through multiple relationships, but you won't have that same romantic relationship to outlast multiple friendships. Stop devaluing one over the other. Let them try to coincide. Like, I really want people to learn how to master having love and to not lose it all. Boundaries. Your relationship and your friendships. Stop mixing the two. Your friend do not need to have your boyfriend's phone number. He does not need to have your boyfriend's address. They don't need to be having no side conversation without you. Every single situation or form of communication that's going on, it needs to go through your friend first. Boundaries. Respect. Couth. Etiquette. It's all part of being raised right. I understand that some people were raised by rats and wolves, and it shows. But, yeah, boundaries. Another thing, when we talk about boundaries and we talk about heartbreak, let's kind of hold off on the I told you so situation. When somebody is initially going through something, give it some time. Give it some time. Yes, you did tell them. Yes, you did say this is not going to work out. This is not going to be helpful. This is not what's going to be good for you. But at the same time, they need time to process. They need time to process. By the way, y'all, there's some badges right here. If you want to drop me some money, you definitely can. Just buy a little badge. I think they $2, $3, $4, $5. Shout out to C Taylor 225. Yeah, for a person that I appreciate. Do y'all got any questions? Anybody got any comments? Anything they want to say? I am more than up for answering stuff, because I want to hear y'all opinions about heartbreak and boundaries. I really want to know what y'all think and how y'all feel about this kind of stuff. Oh, thank you. I do. I really want to see, because the thing about it is, like, we don't have conversations like this, and nobody teaches anybody, like, okay, you don't move like that, you shouldn't do this. Everybody has this philosophy of, as they'll try to say, we don't own people, we can't control what people do. No, we can't. I can't control what you do, but I can set a standard that says that this is how you need to behave when you're around me, or you won't be around me. And people can say that's harsh, or you're gonna be by yourself. No, I won't be by myself. I just have a smaller circle. And just because a circle is small, don't mean it ain't mighty. Your circle can be like this and move a mountain, and it can be like this, and absolutely nothing is being fucking accomplished. Trust me, I know. I know all too well. So the last thing I do want to say to y'all about heartache and boundaries is this wound that you have may not be one you inflicted, but it is one you have, and it is your responsibility to heal it, or you'll bleed on everyone else. Yes, they stabbed you. They clearly stabbed you. They clearly hurt you. But you have to heal it and take whatever amount of time you need, whatever process you need to do. Reach out to a relationship therapist, reach out to a psychiatrist, period. For the take some medication, it's okay. Put your mental health first. If you have to reach out to a spiritual advisor or a pastor, do that. Find whatever method or path of healing will work for you. So that's it. What I think for Heartbreak 101, how to deal with it. The answer is time. That's the only cure. I hope y'all be merciful with one another. Remember, the heart is a fragile thing. If you break it too badly, it might never recover. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and I'll be back in a couple of days with another 101, okay? I love y'all. Peace.